Today we're going to start this video a little bit differently because over the past week a tragic thing happened in not just the wrestling world but in the real world, because Jim Ross's wife, Jan Ross, after a horrific car accident, or she was on a motorcycle, has passed away. And the sadness that one has to realize comes with this is just catastrophic, because I might not know anything about Jan Ross. Sure, I might not recognize her if it wasn't for this story. But Jim Ross, you have to realize, is one of the biggest fucking things that has made the WWE fantastic for I don't know how goddamn long. And the fact that he's not there anymore leaves a big hole in the commentary team. And we grew up listening to his voice. We all grew up listening to Jim Ross. We all grew up listening to Jim Ross. And the fact that such an icon, somebody who gave us so many great moments, is going through the sadness of losing his wife, who I'm hearing was an absolutely wonderful fucking person, of losing his loved one, is fucking terrifying. It's sad, because we all have somebody in our life who we wouldn't want to fucking die. We would want to die for them. We wouldn't fucking know how fucking sad we would be if we fucking lost that person. And Jim Ross has just lost that person. A fantastic human being like Jim Ross has lost that loved one who kept him going, who gave him a reason to wake up in the morning. And that is a fucking horrific thing. And for that, I want to send all my prayers out to Jim Ross, to his family, to everybody associated with Jim Ross, and everybody who knew Jan Ross, because I know you lost a fucking fantastic person, and all my condolences go out to everybody. Rest in peace. For now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into Behind the Mic. I'm sorry I had to start off in this sadder fucking note than I usually do. But for now, let's go in to the video. Ooh, welcome everybody to Ringside Wrestling Entertainment. This is Joel Perez here, right here, for your weekly episodic news show. It is episode 12 of Behind the Mic, where we cover all the weekly news going on in the WWE, in the wrestling world. And we've got big news on Ring of Honor here today, and all the rumors swirling around. Is WWE buying Ring of Honor? Are they not buying Ring of Honor? We're gonna go over that right here today. Plans for AJ Styles after WrestleMania 33 and what he's gonna be doing on Smackdown. Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar presenting itself as a huge possibility as to what's going on after WrestleMania 33 on Monday Night Raw. We've also got news on AJ Styles versus Shawn Micheals and how that was originally supposed to go on at WrestleMania 33. We've got news on Bray Wyatt and him wanting to work an angle with his brother, Bo Dallas. That's a big one right there, especially for Bo Dallas. And the name, the star that is Bray Wyatt, if Bray Wyatt wants to work with his brother, that can only mean very, very good things for the career of Bo Dallas. We've also got Bayley versus Stephanie McMahon being rumored for the future. So that is an interesting story right there. We've got all this news and so much more right here on Behind the Mic. So you make sure to stay tuned to the video, and make sure to go check out all the other content on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe, and for now, we're gonna go right into the news. Plans for AJ Styles, the Phenomenal One, revealed for after WrestleMania 33. The WWE Universe may not be pleased with AJ Styles facing Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 33, but the fans will be more receptive to what WWE has planned for the Phenomenal One after the grandest stage of them all. It's not that the WWE Universe doesn't have loyalty to Shane, but Styles is right when he claims he was the best wrestler in the world last year. Frankly, many WWE fans think AJ is too good for that match. If the WWE fans had their way, Styles would be a part of the WWE Championship match with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. Because he isn't, some people would go as far to say that it is being wasted at WrestleMania 33 to carry Shane's vanity match during WWE's biggest show of the year. Despite many people being critical of the match, there are many reasons to get excited for Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania 33. Their match will likely have a stipulation. The rivalry has been strong thus far, and it should produce a great match. Most importantly, the expectation is AJ Styles will be getting the win over Shane McMahon. WWE officials would be brave and pull a swerve and have Shane go over Styles. However, a new report revealing WWE's post-WrestleMania plans for Styles have put any rumors about him losing to Shane O'Mac to rest. According to a new report, AJ Styles is expected to defeat Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 33, although there has been some speculation about WWE officials moving him to Raw soon. It seems that Styles will be staying on Smackdown Live for a while longer. In fact, it's being said that he will be entering, the WWE title picture again, which means he should be challenging either Randy Orton or Bray Wyatt after WrestleMania. The WWE Universe will be pleased about that. However, there are still a lot of factors regarding the WWE Championship after WrestleMania. For instance, the fans have been supportive of AJ Styles recently, so will he remain a heel? Also, Orton or Wyatt could walk out of Orlando with the title. Since Styles is walking the line between a face and a heel, that may determine whether WWE chooses Orton or Wyatt to win in their feud. If WWE officials embrace AJ Styles' face turn after WrestleMania, the match with Bray Wyatt for the WWE Championship would make more sense. Styles versus Wyatt would be something new for SmackDown, and the feud would help Bray Wyatt continue cementing himself as a top guy. However, WWE fans had a preview of Orton versus Styles a few weeks ago. A feud between the two men over the WWE Championship could be and would be great. The WWE Universe may not love AJ Styles having to carry Shane McMahon through a match, but their feud was never intended to lead to highly technical and proficient wrestling matches. It will be a great story that the WWE fans can get absorbed into on the grandest stage of them all. Shane McMahon is universally loved by the fans, so it's a great testament to Styles' talent that many people are siding with him during the feud. Also, the Phenomenal One being able to work with Shane O'Mac on WWE's biggest stage will earn him a lot of favor with WWE officials and Vince McMahon. WWE officials won't forget him having a great match with Shane at WrestleMania. Not only will he be in the world title picture, AJ Styles will be the WWE Champion again before the year is over. After WrestleMania 33, AJ Styles will be in a great position to succeed in 2017. What do I think about this? I believe that AJ Styles versus Bray Wyatt can be a beautiful fucking feud. a wonderful fucking matchup. That's what I fucking believe, if you ask me. Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. I really am not interested in seeing, first of all, Randy Orton win the WWE Championship. He should completely and utterly put Bray Wyatt over at WrestleMania. And if Randy Orton walks out of WrestleMania WWE Champion, I am going to be pissed the fuck off. I mean, Bray Wyatt and AJ Styles could have such great chemistry. You don't need a face to heel dynamic in that feud. I mean, you can really have them blur the lines of face and heel. All you need to do is have AJ Styles come out, say he is the #1 contender. And he will be. After beating AJ Styles or Shane McMahon, he very well should be the fucking #1 contender to the WWE Championship. He can come out and say that. It can be a fucking strict #1 contender feud. I'm thinking about the quality of the match they can have. I'm thinking about the promos that they can put on between each other. AJ Styles is a damn fine promo. You already know how fucking Bray Wyatt can go with his fucking promos. They can put on a unique, interesting fucking feud. That's not something I would see with a Randy Orton and AJ Styles, if you ask me. Randy Orton as a face, very generic, very boring, very stale. He's treading those stale, boring, generic lines right now on SmackDown. Ever since he burned down that fucking house on SmackDown Live to end SmackDown Live, Randy Orton has been very stale. He's been very generic. The fucking promos he's been putting on, it's just, oh, I don't know. I mean, Bray Wyatt, blah, blah, blah. It's just very generic. It does not fit the acumen that he was performing when he was in the Wyatt family. Randy Orton is best as a heel. We all know that. And that's what I would like to see happen after WrestleMania. You have Bray Wyatt beat Randy Orton. Orton turns heel the next night or the next Tuesday on SmackDown. You go to Bray Wyatt versus AJ Styles as your main program, and you can have Randy Orton feud against anybody you fucking want. Have a Randy Orton versus Dean Ambrose feud. That would be fucking great. You can have Randy Orton feud with a lot of new guys on SmackDown. I mean, you can have an Apollo Crews against a Randy Orton. Make Randy Orton a top star as a heel. Make him that dastardly motherfucker that he was before. But Randy Orton as a face, winning the WWE Championship, holding the WWE Championship, does not fucking generate excitement in me. And if you're going to have AJ Styles in a major program coming out of WrestleMania, I think that program would be with Bray Wyatt. I think it would deflate everything you've been building if you went into WrestleMania and you had fucking Randy Orton just beat fucking Bray Wyatt like nothing. You've been building up Bray Wyatt. At least that's what I think this has been, this feud between Orton and Wyatt. You're trying to elevate Wyatt to that next level stardom. And if you go to WrestleMania and you have Randy Orton win, all that momentum, all this praise we've been giving Bray Wyatt and the booking of SmackDown will be for nothing. So let's hope that we go into WrestleMania, Bray Wyatt wins, and we can come out of WrestleMania with a masterful feud, with a masterful match on our hands for the next brand exclusive pay-per-view. AJ Styles was originally set to take on Shawn Micheals at WrestleMania 33. God damn. If you can believe it, there were some amazing plans in place originally for AJ Styles at WrestleMania involving WWE Hall of Famer Shawn Micheals. To most, Micheals is the greatest in-ring performer who ever lived. Few can compare to him. But one man that has come dangerously close to it is AJ Styles. Styles can do no wrong in the world of wrestling, and since arriving in WWE has been absolutely amazing. He perhaps has had the best first year in WWE history. Styles went on to tear his first year, and his 2016 was considered by most to be amazing, with top matches happening against the likes of Dean Ambrose, John Cena, and even Roman Reigns all year long. He played both face and heel and would go on to win the WWE Championship at WWE Backlash in the fall. Despite his amazing year, however, a lot of things were in flux for WrestleMania 33, and the WWE had no real plans for him at the event for a while. Brock Lesnar decided he wanted to work with Goldberg at the event, so the original Shane McMahon / Brock Lesnar match was bumped for the Vince McMahon fever dream of Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. Due to this, Shane's match went up in smoke when the agreement was made in November for Goldberg / Lesnar 3 to happen at WrestleMania. Meanwhile, AJ Styles was still without an opponent as well. This led WWE to actually contacting an interesting name for him to face. Shawn Micheals admitted on the Sam Roberts Wrestling podcast recently that he was asked by WWE to work with AJ Styles, saying the following: "I could have had that match. They did not have an opponent for AJ at WrestleMania. I wish that man was here 10 years ago. Man, I really do. God damn." This clearly would have been amazing to see. Shawn Micheals versus AJ Styles would be what The Rock versus Hulk Hogan was, except for fans of people who like wrestling over characters, of course. After Shawn Micheals turned down the offer from WWE to work with AJ Styles, AJ was then put into the match with Shane McMahon to give both someone to work with at WrestleMania 33. Micheals admitted to Sam that the match was asked of him, but he did not hold off from comments on this before. He spoke with Sports Illustrated a little while back regarding AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, telling them the following: "I think everybody would like to see me against AJ Styles at WrestleMania. That's one that people have talked about, but I also really like Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. I saw Samoa Joe when he was down here at NXT, and his stuff looked really good. It's one of those things from an older guy standpoint. You think, oh my god, it would be a piece of cake. The thing I do best is get beat up. Samoa Joe's stuff looks so good and crisp. He's pretty tough. Rugged looking dude, so that would work to my strengths, excuse me. It's a different kind of match than an AJ Shawn match. An AJ Shawn match would be something that you expect to be like what you saw with Shawn and Kurt Angle. That's a lot of fun to do, but it is also a lot of work. I guess I speak more of a Samoa Joe because it is one of those things that can be good, like a Shawn and Taker, but it's a heck of a lot easier to do physically. Of course, when you get up there in age, those are the things you think about. It's more about the story you've got to tell, and it's a little less physical. That's when I think that would be a piece of cake and be a lot of fun. But there are a number of talented guys out there, and the world of the WWE is in good hands with the talent at the top. So that's what Shawn Micheals has to fucking say about that. Shawn Micheals would find it easy to wrestle a Samoa Joe instead of an AJ Styles. That's very interesting right there. What the hell's next here? Obviously, everyone would love to see Shawn Micheals return to work with AJ Styles or a number of other WWE superstars. There is arguably a more talented or equally talented roster today as there was in the Attitude Era, which was said to be WWE's most successful time period by most fans. Financially, they did quite well. However, the PG era has been the time WWE has seen higher stock and overall sales. Shawn Micheals has not worked a wrestling match since his retirement match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania 26, when it was career versus streak. It was one of the best matches in WrestleMania history and an amazing way to end a career on. However, WWE has tried to bring him out of retirement a lot since then. Michaels has declined each time, as he wanted to respect The Undertaker ending his career. He has been part of several WrestleMania events since, just not in a match. WWE could still continue having him take part in them. That does not mean he has to work a wrestling match each time. However, AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels would have been special. It truly is terrible that Styles was not with the WWE 10 years ago, like Michaels claimed. We very well could have seen a classic. That is very, very unfortunate. I mean, I'm very glad that Shawn Michaels decided to honor The Undertaker and show respect to The Undertaker ending his career, but imagine the match that could have been AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels. That match would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Shawn Michaels, you know, he might be getting up there in age. How fucking old is Shawn Michaels? He's in his late 40s, right? I mean, you can tell. Last year when we saw Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 32, he was in fantastic shape. He's saying it himself. He was on the Jim Ross, the Ross Report the other night. And I was listening to it, and it was already a couple months ago. It was about Fastlane time. He was on the Ross Report, and he was saying that he feels like he's in the best shape of his fucking life because he has time to fucking go to the gym to do this, to do that. He's working in the NXT Performance Center. So if AJ Styles or Shawn Michaels, wanted to work with AJ Styles, I'm sure they'd put on a hell of a match, especially on the grand stage of WrestleMania. But I mean, you don't want Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement. He needs to honor the fucking deal he made. He retired back in 2010. It was a sad moment, and I mean, it's gonna go down in history as one of the best or one of the most historic moments in WWE history, the retirement match of Shawn Michaels. And I think he has to honor that. He really fucking does. As much as we would love to see a Shawn Michaels work a Samoa Joe, work a Kevin Owens, work a AJ Styles, he is retired. And I think Shawn Michaels wants to stay retired. He doesn't want to fucking get back into this wrestling life. He made an honor. He made a commitment to The Undertaker. And if Shawn Michaels has any honor, which I'm absolutely sure Shawn Michaels does, he will stay retired. And I'm from the Ross Report that he was on the other day, he's saying he's absolutely fucking chill. He's living in Florida. He moved the family up there. Everybody's happy, and wherever his family is, he's fucking happy. So that is what Shawn Michaels is at right now. He was offered a match with AJ Styles. I discussed the fucking rumored match. This was apparently rumored for the Royal Rumble in the fucking where the fuck were they for the Royal Rumble? San Antonio. This was rumored back for the Royal Rumble. I fucking made a video on this, and look at us here discussing this again on Behind the Mic, just a week shy of WrestleMania. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Those were some original plans. AJ Styles looks like he could have had an amazing WrestleMania. Now, I mean, his match with Shane McMahon, I'm excited for it. It's going to be a fantastic match. But I mean, Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles. Hot damn. Alright, let's move on here. We're going to talk about this Ring of Honor story now. And this is a huge story. And I'm fucking pissed off that I didn't make a video about this when the Ring of Honor story, WWE buying Ring of Honor, fucking dropped on Wednesday. Because now I have to reminisce on that story. And now the latest report going around is that WWE isn't buying Ring of Honor, and there are no talks between the two companies. But the rumor before was that Ring of Honor was going to be bought out by the WWE, and you know the negative effects that that's going to have on the fucking wrestling industry. I mean, WWE will monopolize the fucking wrestling industry because, I mean, when you look at your options outside of the WWE in the wrestling industry, you have TNA, And what the fuck is TNA fucking doing right now? They're more concerned about fucking trademarking all the Hardy shit, all the broken Hardy shit that does not belong to them, than fucking building up their talent. So that's obviously not a fucking option. You have a bunch of indie wrestling promotions, but they're not big. They're not big enough to get your name out there. Really, the middleman in the wrestling industry is Ring of Honor. And if WWE bought out Sinclair Broadcasting, and I believe their share of Ring of Honor, if they bought that out, they would fucking have a monopoly over the wrestling industry. Because right now, if you are a wrestler and you don't want to go to the WWE, you just got fired from the WWE, you have options. You can go to New Japan. You can go to Ring of Honor. And you can make a big name for yourself in Ring of Honor. Look at what the Young Bucks are doing in Ring of Honor. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy are making headlines in Ring of Honor. Fucking Bubba Ray Dudley just went to Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, you can really make your name a name for yourself. You want to fucking wrestle? Ring of Honor is the company for you. Look at all the talents Ring of Honor has gotten from WWE has gotten from Ring of Honor. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. These guys, I'm not even sure about Dean Ambrose, but I'm sure Seth Rollins, all these guys, these are guys that are at the top of the food chain. I'm pretty sure Shinsuke Nakamura has dabbled his foot in Ring of Honor once or twice. Samoa Joe, all these guys came from Ring of Honor. They have a history in Ring of Honor before they were in the WWE. This is, you could even say, a breeding ground for future world champions. I mean, all these guys that are world champions in the WWE right now, a lot of them came from Ring of Honor. A lot of them came from Ring of Honor. So if WWE bought out Ring of Honor, and you know they wouldn't make this a show on the WWE network, they take the talent that they fucking like. They take the Jay Lethal. They take the fucking Young Bucks. They take whoever else is fucking down there in Ring of Honor. They take whoever the fuck they like, and they would shut that shit down. Maybe they take the taped library of Ring of Honor, and they'd shut that shit down. And that's the concern. Yes, it'd be a fucking major victory for the WWE, but what it would do to the wrestling industry, in America at least, would be catastrophic. Because if you do not like the WWE, you have an option to watch Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground. You have an option to watch New Japan. Your options, if Ring of Honor's gone, will be drastically fucking lowered. Your options of seeing all these fantastic wrestlers you love, a Jay Lethal, the Young Bucks, the Broken Hardys, Bubba Ray, who just fucking got there, they will all be WWE guys. WWE will get their hands on Ring of Honor. They'll take what they like and they'll throw it in the trash, and that is the big concern. But now we have a story on WWE not buying Ring of Honor, and to many people this is very, very good news. Let's read the article here. Wrestling fans were in arms when rumors broke out earlier this week of WWE attempting to purchase Ring of Honor and run the promotion on their network. I don't believe that the promotion would be ran on the network. I feel like the promotion would be shut down. They take the talent from the promotion and put them to good use in the WWE. That's what I believe would fucking happen. But no, this is saying that the network it would be ran on the WWE Network, so I don't know about that. The news was originally broken by Pro Wrestling Sheet and set off a firestorm of controversy and rampant speculation. Fans were understandably upset as they saw how poorly the relaunches of WCW and ECW went down under the guidance of Vince McMahon in the past. Both brands were watered down and made to look inferior to the WWE product, and the experiments ended up being colossal flops. Ring of Honor has been around since 2002 and has grown quite the respectable fan base during that time. It's arguable that they are the number 2 promotion in the United States due to the additions of Matt and Jeff Hardy and Bully Ray. Also, the positive buzz surrounding their 15th anniversary pay-per-view. That means the promotion essentially going out of business couldn't have come at a worse time. However, according to Chuck Carroll with CBS Sports, there is no truth to the rumor. He revealed that he was told by a high-ranking ROH official that there is no story here. With that one line, you can almost hear the sighs of relief from the ROH faithful across the globe. However, it's a bit strange that these rumors persist. There have been times in the past when the company nearly went out of business, but right now they're owned by a big media company in Sinclair Broadcasting and are continually expanding their syndicated show into new markets. However, COO Joe Koff keeps having to dispute reports of an impending ROH sale, as he also revealed to Carroll in early March about a deal with WWE. Quote, no. A lot of their current performers and stars are ROH guys, and we have their history. So maybe the content of the backstories of Kevin Steen before he became Kevin Owens, or AJ Styles' run in Ring of Honor, Tyler Black, aka Seth Rollins, Claudio Castagnoli, what the fuck, I don't even know what the fuck that says, aka Cesaro, all of the guys who have wrestled for us, we have their backstory and where it began. That's our content. You can understand why WWE would want to own ROH. There are quite a few advantages to the purchase. For starters, they can effectively shut down a competitor, take all of the talent they want from the promotion, and use footage from all their past stars whenever they want. While the production values of ROH will likely have increased under WWE funding, the brand would have lost its identity in the process. Some fans may have subscribed to the WWE Network to continue watching their favorite stars, but it's also likely many would have just abandoned ship and found a new promotion to follow. It would be interesting to see how Vince McMahon would have let ROH be run on the WWE Network. He's largely been hands off with the NXT brand, so he might just have let Hunter Johnson, Delirious, continue to book the company. Or it's possible he'd want one of his current employees to steer the ship and treat the promotion as a training ground of sorts for future writers and wrestling. For now, we don't know what Vince McMahon has in mind for ROH and for hundreds of thousands of wrestling fans out there, and that's a very good thing. So that is the latest on WWE not buying ROH. Thank God for that, because you do not want to see what the entire wrestling industry, or almost the entire wrestling industry, would look like under the hands of Vince McMahon. Yes, it would be a huge thing for WWE, but competition thrives success. And the more Ring of Honor becomes successful, the more WWE will get their shit up saying we need to fucking start putting on good television, or Ring of Honor is going to catch up to us and they're going to take us over. It happened with WCW. WCW was very small, and before we knew it, bada boom shakalaka, they were beating us in the ratings for a couple years. So competition thrives success. And if WWE has no competition, ROH is very limited competition. I'll give you that. There's no way I can see in the near future ROH becoming more successful than the WWE. I don't see them fucking beating WWE in the ratings. I don't. For at least the near future. But, I mean, if WWE has no fucking second place there, if there is no fucking other wrestling company there, WWE will say, oh, we can do whatever the fuck we want. We're not going anywhere. We're the only wrestling company. We're providing something unique. Wrestling. Something that you can't get anywhere else. We have the best stars in the world, and we can do whatever the fuck we want from them. With them. And that could mean only bad things, because especially in the hands of a crazy motherfucker like Vince McMahon, if there's no competition, you can do whatever you want. And when you can do whatever you want, you get fucking cocky. You let yourself go, and they can possibly let the quality of the WWE product let go as well. So that is my fear if WWE monopolizes the wrestling industry. And I mean, they wouldn't be complete at monopolizing the wrestling industry if they fucking bought ROH, but it'd be a big step towards monopolizing the wrestling industry, because TNA is pretty much fucking dead, and then you have Lucha Underground, and that's bigger in places like Mexico, in South America, really. It's not really in the United States that Lucha Underground is big. I mean, it's a big market in the United States, but it's not that big. It's a fairly new wrestling company, so you really don't see that being competition for WWE. And if TNA goes out of business, which seems very possible, and they buy Ring of Honor, that's big fucking news there. And it can mean good things for the WWE, but bad things for wrestling in all. And it's a very scary thought. It's a very scary thought of letting one man, because you know how Vince McMahon has power over the WWE. What he says go. And allowing one man to have power over an entire industry is not a good thing. So that's what I'm thinking here with this Ring of Honor story. You make sure to leave your comments down below on what you think of this story. But for now, let's fucking move on here. We've got some big news, so let's move on to the next news story. Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor to be the next fucking feud for the WWE Universal Championship after WrestleMania. As of now, just about all signs point to Brock Lesnar defeating Goldberg after 2 failed attempts. However, this time it will be for the WWE Universal Championship, in which Lesnar will experience his first reign with the title. The long-term plan is for Lesnar to be champion by the time WrestleMania 34 rolls around, in order for the WrestleMania 31 rematch against Roman Reigns to occur. Reigns is still slated to be a top babyface, and Lesnar is looking to gain as much heat as possible to help out the big dog. It is not known whether Lesnar will carry the title all the way until next year's event on April 8th in New Orleans, Louisiana. The following night on Raw, Goldberg is expected to give his thank yous to the live crowd and WWE Universe, ending his magical comeback run for the company. I wouldn't call it magical, but alright. Although the door is not closed for him to return, it will only be as a featured attraction for major events. This leaves the possibility to feud with Reigns at either SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, or WrestleMania 34. At a recent house show, Finn Balor made his in-ring return after a 7-month absence due to injury. Balor teamed with Chris Jericho and Sami Zayn to defeat Triple H, Samoa Joe, and Kevin Owens. With his return occurring before WrestleMania 33, many speculated that he would be returning on television come April 2nd to either compete against Samoa Joe or replace Seth Rollins to battle Triple H. It would have been interesting to see how the replacement for Rollins would have unfolded, since he was responsible for putting Balor on the shelf for 7 months. What does it fucking say here? With Lesnar expected to be at the top of the Raw roster, he will need a babyface opponent to compete against. Per PW Insider, via the We Don't Need No Stinking Name show, that opponent could be Finn Balor, since the chances of Balor actually competing at WrestleMania 33 are decreasing daily. The next stop is Raw, where he is expected to make his return. Since Balor never used his rematch clause for the WWE Universal Championship due to injury, this would be a way to immediately insert him back into the title picture. Another interesting bit of information reported by PW Insider is that there have been discussions for Balor to have a different look when he returns to television. Although he uses the body paint for big matches, there is nothing fascinating, there you go, about his look without it. As a result, Balor may be wearing a mask as he walks down to the ramp to the ring. What the fuck? What the fuck? A mask? God damn. As a result, Balor may be wearing a mask as he walks down to the ramp to the ring, but remove it when he enters the ring. This would be the purpose for increasing his marketability and selling the mask. This would be useful since Balor's t-shirt sales are very high for the company. There have been other talks of creating other possibilities of a change in appearance for Balor. Perhaps the change in look would create a character for Balor that resonates as a big star, since he is considerably smaller than Brock Lesnar, and the margin of belief that Balor is an intimidating figure next to Lesnar is very low. This could be covered by an enhanced appearance, since professional wrestling is about larger-than-life characters, as shown by the importance of Goldberg, Lesnar, and The Undertaker. Balor's character has the potential to fit that role if the appearance is right. While he was in NXT, he had good feuds with Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. While both competitors are larger than Balor, neither had a strikingly massive presence such as Balor. For his feud to work, there indeed has to be a change of appearance for Balor. Samoa Joe is as badass as Finn Balor. As Brock Lesnar. I just want to address that last thing right there. Samoa Joe is each bit of badass as Brock Lesnar. So Balor has faced opponents that are like Brock Lesnar. The way Brock Lesnar is booked, with his German suplexes and his Suplex City moniker and his F5, his 2 moves of fucking doom, right? I mean, I don't like it, and I don't think it would lead to an interesting match with Finn Balor if it was just fucking Brock Lesnar, like his matches with Goldberg, very short, very fucking one-move-esque, very dominating. No, I want to see a fast-paced match. I know Brock Lesnar can wrestle, and if he came into a match with Finn Balor and wanted to wrestle, that could be a very, very good match. It can, when it comes to the believability aspect, I don't know how it will fare. I mean, you can really play up that when Balor turns into the Demon King, he's dominant. He's a new character. And maybe if you bring in that mask, maybe if you bring in the angle that Balor's hungry, he wants the Universal title back. He lost the title. He never lost the fucking title, and he wants it back. He lost 7 months of his fucking career, and he wants those 7 months back, and he doesn't care if he's going against Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho. He wants the Universal Championship, and if he has to fight Brock Lesnar, he's going to fucking amp up the velocity. Finn Balor will go after Brock Lesnar. The Demon will take out the Beast. It is a very marketable feud. The Demon versus the Beast. It would be a very, very marketable feud. As far as the match goes, again, it's a match that I don't really know how it will play out. It's a very interesting match as far as styles go. Because you know Brock Lesnar can wrestle. If you go back to the 2003-2004 Brock Lesnar in 2012 when he was first coming into the WWE, you know Brock Lesnar can wrestle. You know he can fucking wrestle, and if he wants to put on a wrestling match, he very well fucking can. But, I mean, ever since John Cena, his match with John Cena in 2014, maybe even his match with The Undertaker in 2014 WrestleMania 30, maybe even earlier than the SummerSlam match with Cena, he has just been suplex, F5. Suplex, F5. Suplex, F5. It's every single match. It's tiresome. And that's what pisses me off against Brock Lesnar. I mean, against Goldberg, I can see it one more time. But if Brock Lesnar is going to hold the Universal Championship, if he's going to fight the superstars on Monday Night Raw, I want to see him wrestle because I know the guy can. And Finn Balor would be a great opponent for Brock Lesnar to wrestle. You can play up the speed of Finn Balor. Have Brock Lesnar have to pull out some different type of moves to fucking slow down the velocity of Finn Balor. During the match, play up that fact. Get your best commentators onto that fucking match. Fuck a Michael Cole. Put a Mauro Ranallo commentating that match. Put a fucking Corey Graves commentating that match. And you can have a fantastic fucking match that builds a story with Brock Lesnar and Finn Balor. And you can have a very exciting feud. The marketability is there with the masks. If you want to put a new mask on Finn Balor when he's coming out on Monday Night Raws, I mean, the Demon versus the Beast. That's the title WWE is going to fucking play up huge. Especially if you're going into a brand exclusive pay-per-view for this match. That can be a very marketable pay-per-view for the WWE. I don't know what they're going to do, how the match will play out. But if this feud does happen, it will be a very exciting time for Monday Night Raw. It will. It will, and it can be a very, very good feud. Is it what I want Finn Balor to come into while coming back to the WWE? I personally would have put him on the WrestleMania card, but if it's what WWE wants to fucking do, it makes sense. It really does. If Lesnar's holding the title, Balor, he's being that brave, courageous face, he'll fight the Beast. He'll fight you. He'll fight him. I mean, it works. It works. It does work. So, it's going to be very exciting. It's going to be very interesting to see what they do with Finn Balor. And if it is against Brock Lesnar, I am not against it. Let's move on to the next story. Bray Wyatt desires to form an alliance with his brother, Bo Dallas. At WrestleMania, the WWE Championship match will be defended by Bray Wyatt against the 2017 Royal Rumble winner Randy Orton. Throughout his career in the WWE, Bray Wyatt has struggled to consistently be a main event star for the company. Ever since his debut to the main roster from NXT, Wyatt has been a part of feuds with notable names such as The Undertaker, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, Kane, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and Randy Orton. Even with that resume, his career has still been a roller coaster. However, WWE gave Wyatt an opportunity to be the top name of Smackdown Live as he won his first singles championship since debuting by becoming WWE Champion at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Now, Wyatt has a chance to steal the show at the Camping World Stadium in Orlando on April 2nd, as Orton will be doing all he can to recapture the WWE Championship. Also, with the Wyatt family disbanded, the advantage will no longer be lopsided in favor of the self-proclaimed Eater of Worlds. With previous WrestleMania matches against The Undertaker and John Cena, however, Wyatt knows how it feels to be in a marquee match at the biggest professional wrestling show of the year. Unfortunately, perhaps the complete opposite of Wyatt's success is his real-life brother, who plays the character of Bo Dallas, debuting on the main roster in 2014 after a very successful time in NXT. Dallas made an immediate impression by commencing an undefeated streak before losing to R-Truth. R-Truth on an episode of Raw. Since then, Dallas has never managed to regain his steam, although he did have more television exposure as a member of the Social Outcasts. The faction did nothing, absolutely nothing, to advance his career. With both Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas factionless, Wyatt shared his thoughts with Sports Illustrated about how he would be interested in aligning with his brother. Quote, Bo Dallas is quite possibly the most talented wrestler on either roster. I agree with that. He is the most underrated superstar of all time, in my opinion. He has so much to give. At some point, I would love to form an alliance with him because I know who and what he really is. Whether people want to look at him like that, well, then I'll show you. It's very, very possible. We know it's very possible. And before I fucking... Let me finish this article before I fucking start ranting about this. Ever since being drafted to Raw, Dallas has donned a bit of a new look with his facial hair appearing more menacing. While he started to destroy enhancement talent for a few weeks, it did not last long and he started to lose momentum in matches early in 2017. He was last spotted on Raw competing against Kofi Kingston, trying to put a damper in the joy of the New Day. He failed to do so and has been doing main event tapings and live events ever since. A reset button would be a very good idea for Bo Dallas, and his newly aggressive character has shown that he has the potential to side with his brother. Whether it be as a faction or a tag team, it would be interesting to see how the pair would be received on the main roster. Dallas could form a team with Bray Wyatt as early as WrestleMania 33, somehow inserting himself in the WWE Championship match to assist Bray in defeating the Viper. This means that Dallas would be defect to SmackDown Live, which he would have a better chance of being a more reputable name. I mean, it would be fantastic if you moved Bo Dallas to SmackDown Live. If he formed in a fucking alliance with Bray Wyatt, he can very well be a top fucking star in NXT. Bo Dallas was a top fucking star. He's fantastic on the mic. The Bo Leave gimmick, very underrated, and as soon as he went to the main roster, that was fucked up. I don't know why after the draft you put Bo Dallas on Raw, because if he would have been on SmackDown, he can be a fucking top name right now. He can be built up like The Miz was, like Ziggler was, like Wyatt was. Bo Dallas could be one of those names, like a Baron Corbin, who's been built up, who has been done wrong when he was on Monday Night Raw, and is now going to be built up on SmackDown. That's what I thought could happen, or that's what I think could happen with Bo Dallas on SmackDown. And alongside Bray Wyatt especially, that can be fantastic. I mean, I wouldn't like to see Bray Wyatt abandon the Wyatt family gimmick. It's a very good gimmick. It's very good for both Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. But if you want to move on from that and have Bray Wyatt align himself with Bo Dallas, that can be a very good thing, especially since they're brothers. They're going to be happy to be working with each other. They're going to be happy touring with each other. It can improve the work rate of both a Bray Wyatt and a Bo Dallas. They can be a very good team. I feel like they could have very good chemistry in the fucking ring. I believe they were tag team down in developmental, and from what I heard, they were very good. They were very good. So if we can see a dose of that on the fucking main roster, believe me, I'd love to see them be tag team champions on the main roster. I'd love to see Bo Dallas pushed, because Bray Wyatt's right, he is underrated. Bo Dallas can be having 5-star matches right now in the WWE, but he's losing to the New Day and getting fucking Booty-O's Cheerios shoved in his fucking mouth every week on Monday Night Raw. And that's an unfortunate fucking fact. And that's when he is on Monday Night Raw. He's being wasted away in fucking catering, and a talent like that, a young guy like that, who can have the potential to be a Bray Wyatt, being wasted away is a fucking shame, and it needs to end, and putting him in the tag team with Bray Wyatt could be a fantastic solution to that. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end the episode here. I hope you have enjoyed everything you have heard on this episode. You guys make sure to go check out all the other content on the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. WrestleMania weekend is fast approaching, and I'm going to be covering all of that good stuff. So you guys need to make sure to stay tuned to the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel. Make sure to go check out the Raw reviews, Smackdown reviews. Reviews for this week are up. You guys make sure to go check that out. The Go Home Show reviews will be up after the respective shows on Monday and Tuesday. There will also be preview and predictions for WrestleMania and NXT TakeOver Orlando, including, reviews for both shows after they air, and a Behind the Mic special on Saturday. Is going to be a huge edition of Behind the Mic where we cover all the news going in to WrestleMania. It's going to be episode 13. We've been doing this for 13 weeks, leading into the biggest show of the year. So you guys make sure to stay tuned. It's going to be a big week next week. There's going to be like 7 videos out on my channel, maybe 8. Maybe I'll do an extra WrestleMania discussion video for the channel, but you guys make sure to stay tuned to that. And there's only one way you can do that, and it's by clicking that beautiful red subscribe button right below the video right there. So you make sure to click on that. Make sure to click on the like button if you have enjoyed everything you have heard in this video, and make sure to comment. Make sure to tell me what you thought of all the news, what you're thinking going into WrestleMania, and what you thought of the video. Tell me if you think I'm a clown. Tell me if you think I'm an idiot. Tell me if you think I'm a bona fide genius. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that will be all for the Ringside Wrestling YouTube channel, and that will be all for Behind the Mic, episode number 12. I hope you enjoyed everything you've heard here. For now, this has been Joel Perez, and I am out of here. Thank you very, very much for watching this video.